Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless Wednesday, January 22nd recap. Claire's poison Jordan plot hits Sharon snag. The Young and the Restless YNR spoilers recap for Wednesday, January 22nd, reveals that Jordan Colleen Zenk will call Claire Newman Haley Aaron and admit they have a problem. Although Jordan will suspect Claire sent the cops to the motel she was staying at, Claire will deny it. After Claire suggests hiding Jordan at the ranch right under the Newmans' noses, she'll give Nikki Newman Melody Thomas Scott and Victoria Newman Amelia Heinel the scoop before dashing off for another Jordan meeting. Victoria will remain concerned about this cold, calculating side of Claire that's being forced back out. Although Victoria will fret over the possibility of Claire actually taking Jordan out, Nikki will feel confident they can get through this no matter what. In the park, Claire will meet up with Jordan and once again deny having anything to do with the cops showing up. Jordan will determine that her partner must have betrayed her and admit she left fingerprints as well as DNA all over the place. Claire will snap about Jordan's stupidity and act like maybe their renewed alliance isn't a good idea. After Claire suggests Jordan has lost her edge, she'll rant about this being her plan and will refuse to let Jordan blow it. Jordan will scold Claire for her tone and insist she's at the top of her game, but she'll seem a little more convinced of Claire's revenge plot in the end. Claire will question Jordan about her partner and ask if it's Ian Ward Ray wise, so Jordan will praise Claire's instincts. After Jordan talks about finding a kindred spirit in Ian, she'll admit he was too focused on his own goals, particularly his desire to reconnect with Mariah Copeland Cameron Grimes. Claire will eventually hide Jordan under a blanket in the back seat of her car and sneak her onto the ranch property. Once Claire takes Jordan to the tack house, she'll explain the various reasons why no one is using it right now. Claire will make Jordan some tea just the way she likes it, but Jordan will seem suspicious of her having all the ingredients on hand. However, Claire will insist she's missed Jordan and will continue her efforts to rebuild trust. Although Claire will offer to switch cups, Jordan will keep her own, though she'll grow suspicious again when Claire starts asking too many questions about Heather Stevens' Vale Bloom demise. Jordan will find it strange that Claire doesn't want to talk about their Newman revenge scheme instead. It'll leave Jordan wondering if she's the target and the one who's getting played here. Claire will do her best to reassure Jordan, but she'll also get her talking about Sharon Newman Sharon case and act like it was smart to use her as an insurance policy. When Claire asks about Sharon's location, Jordan will choose to keep that info to herself. Just when Jordan's about to drink from her presumably poisoned cup, Claire will cry out for her to stop. At the Riverbank Motel, Nick Newman Joshua Morrow will tell Chance Chancellor Connor Floyd about the guy at the front desk remembering a blonde woman with glasses. Nick will also confess to seeing a woman matching that description getting in a black pickup truck. Chance will get updates on the fingerprints from the room once they're run through the system and will be blown away to learn they're Jordan's. Once Chance contacts the prison, he'll realize the imposter situation and share the latest news with Nick. Chance and Nick will realize Jordan is indeed Ian's accomplice, which means she's Sharon Newman's Sharon case kidnapper and the one who ran Phyllis Summers' Michelle Stafford off the road. As for Victor Newman Eric Braden, he'll be suspicious after catching Victoria, Nikki, and Claire with their heads together. Nick and Chance will ultimately tell Victor about all the Jordan info, so he'll realize she came back for Claire just like Ian came back for Mariah. In the sewer, Sharon will hallucinate Nick, who'll insist Sharon needs to save herself since no one knows where she is. Although Sharon will desperately want to get out of there, she just won't have the strength and clarity at this point. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sharon will keep trying to make her getaway, so we'll bring you more predictions on her next escape attempt. The day began with a shadow hanging over the Genoa city residence as Claire continued to weave her complicated web. Her plan was clear: poison Jordan, her longtime adversary, in a calculated bid for revenge. Claire's motives were rooted in years of personal history, and as viewers have come to realize, she was never one to shy away from taking extreme measures to achieve her goals. Claire's simmering hatred for Jordan had only grown over time, especially after he betrayed her in a very personal way. The backstory between the two is thick with jealousy, bitterness, and unanswered questions that have been carefully teased out over the last few weeks. When Claire first concocted the idea to poison Jordan, she was meticulous. She knew exactly how she would execute the plan, the timing, and the perfect moment to strike. However, she overlooked one key detail: Sharon Newman. Sharon, the beloved Genoa city staple, found herself unknowingly stepping into the path of Claire's deadly intentions. As fate would have it, Sharon, in her ever-present role as a compassionate soul, was asked to help Jordan after he came down with a mysterious illness. Little did she know that this illness was no ordinary flu or cold. Claire had laced his drink with a potent poison, something that could have taken Jordan down in a matter of hours if left undetected. Sharon's involvement in the plot was an unexpected complication for Claire. While she was determined to carry out her plan, the arrival of Sharon's genuine care for Jordan threw a wrench into the works. Sharon's gentle heart made her an unknowing obstacle in Claire's pursuit of revenge. The nurse and therapist in Sharon immediately went into action, attempting to figure out what was causing Jordan's sudden illness. She wasn't buying the initial symptoms, sensing that something more insidious was at play. As Sharon worked to piece together the puzzle, Claire's paranoia began to bubble up to the surface. She couldn't afford for her secret to be discovered, not when she was so close to achieving her goal. In the quiet moments between her scheming, Claire grew increasingly agitated, wondering how long it would take before Sharon connected the dots and figured out what was really going on. Meanwhile, Jordan's struggle to stay afloat only intensified. His health was declining rapidly, and he began to question everything around him. He suspected that someone was out to get him, but who could it be? His past was riddled with enemies, some of whom had shown up in recent weeks, making him even more paranoid. But could the answer really be as close to home as Sharon? He didn't want to believe that, but as his symptoms worsened, the lines between trust and suspicion began to blur. As Sharon continued her investigation, she stumbled upon a critical clue. While examining Jordan's symptoms, she noted that his condition was eerily similar to poisoning, an odorless, colorless substance that could go undetected if not properly analyzed. Her heart skipped a beat as the possibility of foul play dawned on her. Could Claire, the woman she thought she knew, really be capable of such a heinous act? The revelation left Sharon torn. On the one hand, her loyalty to Jordan was unwavering, but on the other, she had a long-standing history with Claire. Could she really suspect her friend of such a betrayal? Sharon struggled with the moral dilemma, and viewers were left wondering whether her emotional connection to Claire would cloud her judgment or drive her to take action. In a tense confrontation between Sharon and Claire, the truth began to slowly surface. Claire, realizing that Sharon was inching closer to the truth, grew more desperate. The sharp words exchanged between the two were laced with bitterness, as Sharon accused Claire of knowing more than she let on. But Claire was no fool. She knew that Sharon was onto her, and as the pressure mounted, she made a dangerous decision: to stop Sharon from uncovering the truth at any cost. In the heat of the moment, Claire tried to manipulate Sharon into believing that Jordan's illness was purely coincidental. But Sharon wasn't buying it. She stood her ground, refusing to let Claire's charm and persuasive words cloud her sense of right and wrong. The showdown was intense, as Sharon's determination clashed with Claire's calculating nature. As Claire's plan continued to unravel, viewers were left questioning whether Sharon would be able to protect Jordan before it was too late. Was Claire truly capable of murder, or was this all part of her carefully constructed game of revenge? The tension between the two women was palpable, and it was clear that their past would come into play as the plot thickened. Throughout the episode, the stakes continued to rise as Jordan's condition deteriorated. Time was running out, and it was becoming increasingly clear that only a miraculous turn of events could save him. Would Sharon figure out the truth in time, or would Claire's dark plan succeed in destroying both Jordan and her fragile relationship with Sharon? The Wednesday, January 22 episode of The Young and the Restless was filled with suspense, drama, and emotional turmoil as Claire's plot hit a snag with Sharon's interference. As the tension mounted, viewers were left eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this thrilling saga. What will happen next? Will Claire's web of lies finally unravel, or will she pull off the ultimate act of revenge? One thing is for sure: The Young and the Restless is just getting started, and the fallout from Claire's actions is sure to leave a lasting impact on Genoa City's residents.